Book Summary, Why Men Love Bitches by Sherry Argov. Ever wondered why men are often attracted to strong, independent, and sometimes seemingly difficult women? Today we're diving into the world of Sherry Argov's insightful book, Why Men Love Bitches. The title alone is enough to raise a few eyebrows, isn't it? But don't let it fool you. This isn't about being mean or unkind. Rather, it's about exploring the allure of assertiveness, self-respect, and independence. Stay tuned as we delve into the reasons behind this intriguing phenomenon. It's not about being mean, it's about being self-reliant. Think about it for a moment. What's more attractive, a person who constantly relies on others for their happiness, or someone who can find joy in their own company, someone who has their own passions, interests, and a life outside of their relationship? Sherry Argov, in her book, Why Men Love Bitches, explores this very concept. She suggests that men are drawn towards women who exhibit independence. It's not about financial independence alone, although that is indeed a part of it. It's about emotional independence, intellectual independence, and the ability to be self-sufficient. Imagine being with someone who has their own life, who doesn't need you to be their sole source of happiness. They have their own hobbies, their own friends, their own career, and their own goals. They value your presence in their life, but they don't need it to function. They want you, but they don't need you. That's an attractive prospect, isn't it? It's a common misconception that men are intimidated by strong, independent women. In fact, Argov suggests the opposite. She believes that men find these women intriguing and captivating. Their independence implies a sense of mystery, a challenge. It suggests that they're not easily won over, which makes the pursuit even more exciting. Furthermore, independence signifies confidence and self-assuredness. An independent woman knows her worth and isn't afraid to ask for what she deserves. She respects herself and in turn, commands respect from others. This self-respect and confidence are incredibly appealing. What's more, independence can lead to healthier relationships. When both partners have their own lives, it leads to mutual respect and understanding. It promotes growth, both as individuals and as a couple. It eliminates the unnecessary pressure of being the sole source of each other's happiness. So it's not about being mean or unapproachable. It's about standing on your own 2 feet, about having your own life, and about being comfortable in your own skin. It's about being self-reliant. Independence, it seems, is a potent aphrodisiac. Respect is not just something you give to others, but something you must demand for yourself. Let's delve into the 3rd chapter of Sherry Argov's seminal work, Why Men Love Bitches, where she underscores the power of self-respect. Imagine self-respect as a magnetic force. It's an invisible energy that radiates from you, influencing how others perceive and interact with you. When you respect yourself, you inherently project an aura of worthiness, signaling to others that you expect the same treatment. Now, how does this factor into relationships? Here's the magic. Self-respect is not just attractive, it's downright irresistible to men. It's a quality that instantly elevates you in their eyes, transforming you from a mere interest to a person of value. But why is this so? Men, much like anyone else, are drawn to strength. A woman who respects herself exudes a quiet yet undeniable strength. She knows her worth and doesn't settle for less. She sets standards and sticks to them. She isn't afraid to voice her opinions or stand up for what she believes in. This strength is attractive because it signals a partner who can stand by their side, not behind them. Moreover, self-respect is a sign of emotional health. It reflects a balanced sense of self-esteem and a healthy outlook on life. It's a sign that you're comfortable with who you are and that you don't seek validation from others. This emotional stability is appealing because it promises a relationship built on mutual respect and understanding, rather than one-sided dependence. But remember, self-respect isn't about being arrogant or unapproachable. It's about understanding your worth and not allowing others to treat you less than you deserve. It's about setting boundaries and having the courage to enforce them. So ladies, if there's one thing you take away from Argov's book, let it be this. Self-respect isn't just about commanding respect from others. It's about respecting yourself enough to not settle for anything less than what you deserve. Self-respect sets the tone for how you're treated. Embrace it, cultivate it, and watch how it transforms your relationships and your life. Confidence isn't just sexy, it's magnetic. Let's delve into the charm of confidence as Sherry Argov masterfully presents it in her book, Why Men Love Bitches. Confidence, as Argov explains, is an intoxicating blend of self-assuredness and poise. It's not about being arrogant or dismissive, but about knowing your worth and not being afraid to show it. It's an unspoken language, a quiet strength that speaks volumes about who you are and what you bring to the table. And that, my friends, is a powerful magnet in attracting men. Let's think about it. When you walk into a room with your head held high, radiating positivity, people can't help but notice you. That's the power of confidence. It makes you stand out, it makes you memorable. It's like a beacon of light that draws people in, making you irresistible to those around you. Argov beautifully illustrates this concept in her book. She asserts that a confident woman doesn't need to chase a man or beg for his attention. Her self-assuredness is her calling card. It's the spark that ignites intrigue and captivates a man's attention. It's the silent whisper that says, "I'm worth it. I'm worth your time, your energy, your love." But here's the kicker. True confidence comes from within. It's not reliant on physical appearance or external validation. It's a self-belief, a conviction in your own worth that doesn't waver, regardless of circumstances. And that's what makes it so enticing. It's the allure of someone who knows who they are and isn't afraid to own it. And yes, confidence can be learned. It's not something you're born with, but something you cultivate over time. It's about embracing your flaws, celebrating your strengths, and not being afraid to be unapologetically you. It's about standing tall in your own shoes, embracing your journey, and walking your own path with grace and conviction. Confidence, it appears, is the real secret behind the bitch allure. It's not about being difficult or demanding, but about knowing your worth, owning your space, and embracing your power. And that, my friends, is the charm of confidence. Assertiveness is not being aggressive, it's about being clear about your needs. This is a pivotal idea in Sherry Argov's book, Why Men Love Bitches. The word bitch here, as we've previously discussed, is an acronym for babe in total control of herself. Today, let's delve into the allure of assertiveness. Imagine a woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to express it. She's not rude or demanding, but she's clear in her communication. She doesn't shy away from stating her needs and desires. This, my friends, is the essence of assertiveness. The book argues that men find this trait attractive. Why, you might ask? It's because assertiveness exudes confidence. It tells a man that this woman values herself enough to voice her needs. It shows that she respects herself and expects respect in return. Assertiveness also communicates independence. An assertive woman doesn't need a man to validate her or fulfill her every desire. She can take care of herself, and that's incredibly appealing. It takes the pressure off the man to be the sole provider of happiness and contentment. But there's a fine line between assertiveness and aggression. Assertiveness is expressing your needs and standing up for yourself without belittling others or resorting to hostility. Aggression, on the other hand, involves imposing your will on others, often with disrespect or rudeness. It's crucial to strike the right balance. The beauty of assertiveness is that it's a skill anyone can learn. It requires practice and patience, sure, but it's an attainable goal. Start by identifying your needs and desires. Then communicate them clearly, confidently, and respectfully. Don't be afraid of disagreement or conflict, as they're a natural part of human interaction. Remember, being assertive doesn't mean you're difficult or high maintenance. It means you're in control of your life, your decisions, and your happiness. And that, according to Sherry Argov, is an irresistible trait. Assertiveness, thus, is not a flaw, but an asset. So embrace it, harness it, and let it shine through. Because as the book suggests, men love a woman who knows her worth and isn't afraid to express it. Power in a relationship should be a balance, not a tug of war. Now let's dive into the concept of power dynamics in a relationship. In Sherry Argov's book, Why Men Love Bitches, she discusses how the distribution of power can significantly impact the health and longevity of a relationship. Imagine a seesaw. When both sides are equally weighted, it's a fun ride, right? Now picture what happens when one side is heavier than the other. It's not so enjoyable anymore. The same principle applies to relationships. When one partner holds all the power, the relationship becomes unbalanced. It's no longer a partnership, it becomes a power struggle. Argov's book suggests that a balanced power dynamic is not about having control over the other person. It's about maintaining your own sense of self and independence while also nurturing and supporting your partner's individuality. It's about being two separate individuals who choose to share a life together, rather than losing yourselves in each other. In a balanced power dynamic, decisions are made together, with both partners' opinions and feelings taken into account. There's space for open, honest communication, and disagreements are handled with respect and understanding. Each partner feels heard, valued, and loved. They trust one another and feel secure in their relationship. On the other hand, an unbalanced power dynamic can lead to resentment, frustration, and dissatisfaction. It can create a toxic environment where one person feels unheard and undervalued, while the other holds all the power. The key takeaway here is that relationships are not about winning or losing. They're about teamwork, mutual respect, and love. They're about understanding that sometimes you'll need to compromise and other times you'll need to stand your ground. But ultimately, it's about creating a balanced power dynamic where both partners feel equally important and valued. In conclusion, a balanced power dynamic is not just about maintaining harmony in a relationship, it's about fostering a healthy, loving, and respectful partnership. A balanced power dynamic is the foundation of a strong, healthy relationship. Boundaries aren't walls, they're guidelines for respect. This sentiment, woven throughout Sherry Argov's discerning book Why Men Love Bitches, underscores the significance of establishing clear boundaries in a relationship. Boundaries, you see, are not about shutting your partner out or creating an impenetrable fortress around your heart. Quite the contrary. They're about defining the space where you begin and your partner ends, the space where your individuality thrives and coexists with the oneness of a relationship. They are the demarcations that preserve your identity and honor your self-worth. Argov's book emphasizes that boundaries are not just about saying no, but about saying yes to your self-respect. They are a way of communicating your needs in a relationship, of expressing what is acceptable to you and what is not. They are the litmus test of mutual respect and understanding. Consider boundaries as a form of relationship cartography. Just as maps guide us through unfamiliar terrains, boundaries guide us through the intricate dynamics of love and partnership. They help navigate the delicate balance between giving and taking, between compromise and sacrifice, between love for another and love for oneself. Argov encourages us to view boundaries not as constraints but as liberating guidelines. They free us from the shackles of unhealthy patterns and empower us to cultivate relationships that are rooted in mutual respect, understanding, and authentic love. They are the antidote to the toxicity of disrespect and disregard. Setting boundaries requires courage, self-awareness, and honesty. It requires us to stand up for ourselves, to honor our needs and desires, and to communicate them without fear or guilt. When we set boundaries, we are not being selfish or unloving. We are merely respecting ourselves and asking others to do the same. In essence, boundaries are about creating a healthy relationship environment where love can flourish without trampling on individuality. They are about embracing the beauty of us while celebrating the uniqueness of I. They are about honoring the duality of togetherness and individuality. Boundaries, it appears, are the invisible lines of respect in a relationship. They are the unsung heroes of thriving, meaningful, and respectful relationships. So why do men love bitches? It's not about the bitch, it's about the traits she embodies. Let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed today, and believe me, we've covered a lot of ground. We started our journey by diving deep into the attraction of independence. We discovered that independence isn't just about living alone or paying your bills. It's a mindset, a lifestyle. It's about having your own thoughts, your own dreams, and your own life. It's about standing tall, even when you're standing alone. We then moved on to the power of self-respect. Remember, self-respect isn't about arrogance or superiority. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to accept anything less. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and respect that you extend to others. Next, we explored the charm of confidence. Confidence is not about being the loudest in the room or having all the answers. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, knowing your strengths and accepting your weaknesses. It's about having faith in your abilities, even when others doubt you. Our journey continued with the allure of assertiveness. Assertiveness, as we discovered, is not about being aggressive or confrontational. It's about expressing your needs and wants clearly and respectfully. It's about standing up for yourself, even when it's uncomfortable or challenging. We then delved into the balance of power. Power in this context isn't about control or domination. It's about mutual respect and equality. It's about recognizing that both partners bring value to the relationship and deserve to have their needs met. Finally, we touched upon the importance of boundaries. Boundaries are not about isolation or division. They're about protecting your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. They're about defining what is acceptable and what is not in your relationships. Throughout this exploration, we've learned that the bitch in Sherry Argov's book is not a mean-spirited, unkind person. Quite the contrary. She's independent, self-respecting, confident, assertive, balanced, and protective of her boundaries. She embodies traits that are empowering and attractive, traits that anyone, regardless of gender, would benefit from cultivating. In the end, it's not about being a bitch, it's about embodying these empowering traits that both men and women find attractive. Key takeaway from this book. 1. Independence is attractive. Men are drawn to women who have their own lives and interests. Being independent and confident makes you more desirable. 2. Set boundaries. Establish and enforce personal boundaries to command respect. Don't be afraid to say no and prioritize your needs. 3. Maintain a sense of mystery. Keeping an air of mystery and not revealing everything about yourself at once can be intriguing. Avoid being too predictable. Unpredictability can keep the relationship exciting. 4. Don't be too available. Being overly available may diminish your value in the eyes of a man. Maintain your own life and schedule. Don't drop everything for someone else. 5. Focus on self-respect. Cultivate self-respect and expect the same from your partner. Don't tolerate disrespectful behavior and be willing to walk away from unhealthy relationships. 6. Be confident and self-assured. Confidence is attractive. Believe in your own worth. Don't seek validation from others. Validate yourself. 7. Communicate effectively. Express your needs and desires clearly and assertively. Avoid being too passive or aggressive in communication. 8. Prioritize your happiness. Your happiness should not solely depend on your partner. Take responsibility for your own joy and well-being. 9. Maintain a sense of humor. A good sense of humor can diffuse tension and make you more enjoyable to be around. Don't take everything too seriously. Laughter can strengthen a relationship. 10. Love yourself first. Develop a strong sense of self-love and self-worth. A healthy relationship starts with a strong foundation of self-love and self-care. Thank you for watching and sharing. By BookSummary by PM.